Now, look, I thought that this guy was a lot more respectable. Clearly not as much as I gave him credit for. But Mr. Michael B. Jordan, who didn't play Killmonger, I don't know who that was in that in the Black Panther movie, but it wasn't Killmonger. Just a guy that basically is the modern pro-black leftist in the Black Panther show. American black pro-black leftist. Anyway, with Michael B. Jordan, he has had his share of playing tokenized characters. He's done this multiple times. We know what happened with his Fantastic Four and all of that. And this idea that he would turn down a role that was tokenized or he had like integrity was nonsense. And even I thought that he had just a teensy bit more, but I too was incorrect. Because I believe it was Oprah or something that he was on. I can't remember if it was actually specifically Superman that this fool was talking about, in which he was basically saying that instead of going that route of the tokenization, he'd rather have some original shit. Well, news and reports are out that he is going to be part of this Black Superman shit, and it is going to be just that and playing val-zod. Now, let me go ahead and deflate the arguments of the weirdos. I mean, I'm sorry. I know I'm going to be repeating myself for people that watch my material, but you have to understand there are people that will come across this and say stuff like, hey, you probably read some comments on this when you see the segment. There was Black Superman in the comic books. They'll talk about Calvin Ellis, Kal-El. That's literally what his name is, and val-zod, who was just Black Superman. Literally, that's what he was. That's what he was supposed to be, albeit maybe on a different Earth. But Black Superman nonetheless. His entire branding was based upon being Black Superman. He was created to be Black Superman, not even just a Black Kryptonian. A Black Superman was what he was created to be. Not original in any sense. The fact that you think that because his name is val-zod or his name was Calvin Ellis, which literally still is Kal-El, means that he's somehow different, is being disingenuous and being fucking stupid. He's a tokenized who we know as the actual Superman. That's what he is. That's what he's always been. And that's what anybody with that Superman branding that isn't fucking him is. That's what he is. That's what val-zod was created to be. He is the sloppy seconds. He is the prime example of tokenization. Now, I get it. Some of you guys get off on that type of stuff, right? You only see legitimacy, in white characters. A lot of your pro-black fist in the air types, that's exactly how they are. They only see legitimacy in white, historic, classic characters that have been around for a long time. So having a completely original character, not based upon a white established character, is something that is fucking foreign to them. They don't want to do the work for that. Why do that when you can just palette swap the ones that already exist? That is lazy. And the fact that y'all actually take that sloppy seconds and still run around with your fist in the air, screaming at your pro-black is absolutely hilarious to me. So I had to throw that out there before we get into the actual story, because you got to understand there are people that will watch this video and still, even having me said that, will still use the same fucking non-arguments. So what happened? Michael B. Jordan is reportedly developing a Superman limited series for HBO Max revolving around none other than val-zod, a Black Superman from Earth 2. Despite being DC's most recognizable characters, Warner Bros. Has not figured out how they want to use Superman on a big screen moving forward, since they might not be basically bringing back Henry Cavill. Why is that frozen? I don't know. I'll fix that here in a little bit. But yeah, it seems to be that Henry may be out of there, and they're going to go the val-zod route, which a lot of people predicted, to be fair. Moving on, says all indications pointed to J.J. Abrams being the one to help reinvent Superman for the modern age. The thought of a new live-action Superman prompted plenty discussions about what WB and DC should do differently. One suggestion that gained a lot of support was the idea of that didn't gain a lot of support. Well, let's say this. It gained support from normies and people that Google shit and become experts on things overnight, and the guys who don't want to do work and like sloppy seconds of getting things that white folk already done ran into the fucking ground. Those are the type of people that get enthusiastic about a person of color playing fucking Superman, because anybody that has a brain, or rather, yeah, and I'm okay with insulting you guys like that. Anybody that isn't a fucking loser can see that there's an issue, certainly with that lazy tokenization. Abrams in the studios appeared to hear this when reports surfacing that rumored Superman reboot will see a black character play Clark Kent. This led many fan castings for Michael B. Jordan to play Kryptonian hero next. Because yes, those fan casts, those Twitter normies, those Instagram cosplayers love themselves a tokenized character. He's discussed Superman project with WB and DC in the past, but now it appears he is making his own. According to a report from Collider, Michael B. Jordan's production company Outlier Society is developing a new Superman project for HBO Max, a script reportedly already being written by an unknown writer, and its focuses on val-zod version of Superman. Jordan's Black Superman project will reportedly be a limited series for Warner Bros. Streaming services, which I'm kind of confused. Is this the one that, no, if this is the Michael B. Jordan's, I guess what we're going to be getting with the one that Jar Jar Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates are going to be writing is going to be maybe even Kal Ellis. Maybe it'll be a Calvin Ellis Black Superman, but it looks like we're about to get a whole heap of a lot of tokenization. It says Jordan reportedly is only attached to produce at this stage, and he's not decided if he will be the one to play val-zod. Now they go on to talk about Earth 2, which is overrated and dog shit. Really, all multiverses are dog shit. As far as I'm concerned, I guess it was a little more tolerable when you had the Earths, the multiverses, the two Earths rather, prior to the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and the ones that had Jay Garrick and all of those guys that were existing on it. But of course, they recognized their mistakes, and of course, that was the point of Crisis on Infinite Earth. So it looks like that's exactly what we're getting. We're getting these goofy version of Superman. You're not getting any original black characters because that will require too much work, and it also will require talent. Instead, they would just rather take branding that you guys are already familiar with and slap a black man in there. And because, to be fair, a lot of these weirdos on the Instagrams and the cosplayers and the guys that foam at the mouth at the tokenization because they love sloppy seconds, they're going to be very, very enthusiastic. But I'll tell you right now, much like with everything else, this shit is dead on arrival.